Kidmissing TV. Today we're going to do our updates show. This is updates number 2. This is for April. The first case I have to update for you is Jessica Gutierrez. Thomas McDowell, age 61, of North Carolina, was arrested for Jessica's abduction and murder, although her body has yet to be recovered. His fingerprint was the one found on her window. If you remember, and I'll put it up in the card, I think, when we discussed her case, we talked about a fingerprint and that they had a match but they weren't saying anything. They had taken a new look at this case with the help of the FBI CARD team, Child Abduction Recovery. I can't remember what the D stands for, but anyway, together we're able to solve the case. I really think that he needs to say where her body is so her mother can bury her, even if, you know, you have to take the death penalty off the table. We have another update. This is a small update. The FBI has recently renewed the search for Antoinette Cayedito. In 2021, as of the 35th anniversary of her abduction, they have begun searching yet again. Now, I think this is the most exciting update that I have. Vintage Park Jane Doe and Christmas Tree Lady. Okay. DNA Solves, or Orthram Labs, have raised enough money to test the vintage lady, the vintage Jane Doe's DNA. They're actively raising money to test the Christmas Tree Lady's DNA as well. I will be putting the link in the description to where they're raising money for the Christmas Tree Lady if you would like to donate. Because I think it's important that they get their names back, their families get them back. And upload your DNA to them. They have a site, and I'll link that too, where you can upload your DNA. I did it. Upload your DNA to GEDmatch, to everywhere you can. If you had it done through 23andMe or Ancestry, you can take your raw data and upload it anywhere you want. Mine's all over the frickin' place. Because I want to help. And because I'm going to find different sets of relatives in different databases. For me, for instance, just as an example, it was important that I take my raw data and I upload it to my heritage, because my ancestry is so European, and it's so newly European, shall I say, Scotch-Irish in particular on my father's side, that you'll get more matches from over there on there than you will on Ancestry, because that's, as of the time that I did mine, was the only one really available and affordable in the United Kingdom. So I'm sure that's changed since then. It's almost 4 years ago. But you'll definitely get matches from more places over there, because they're available more places. And like I said, my family is so new to the United States on that side that it was almost critical that I put it over there. Just to give you an example of how that works, there is another update in the Jamie Lusher case. As you'll recall, on Kidmissing TV, when we were doing it on TV, I did this case and then I updated this case because there had been an arrest. Well, in November of 2013, at John Hussey Memorial Park, a memorial bench was dedicated to Jamie. I don't know why I never found that before. This one is actually solved. Judith Chartier, who we talked about, her car and her remains were found in November of 2021. Her 1979 Dodge Dart Swinger was found in the Concord River in Billerica, Massachusetts, a neighboring town to Chelmsford, where she was from. Next update is on Usher Degree. There is a possible suspect, a Marcus Millen. He actually called in a tip, but he may be the suspect because he was a child molester. So, in that county. So we will keep following this case. And there were also new items found by the card team as of 2018, and I don't quite understand where these items were found. They found a Dr. Seuss book, McElligott's pool, and a New Kids on the Block concert t-shirt. And of course in 2020 they did another age progression for Usher. Like I said, I really don't know where those items came from, if they were holdbacks. I really don't know. Trying to think. That's about it on that one. So I found that very interesting, actually. The last update I have for you is Cathy Moulton from Maine. I was watching another video and there was a lot more information than what I was able to find and then what her father had. Excuse me. I'll put a link in the description to my video where you can hear clips of her dad, because I can't put a million videos in the card and the end piece. She was sighted possibly in a mall in Bangor, Maine. Also, the names of the two men who they believe took her, who she was seen in the car with, were released to the public. Lester Everett and Ronald Purley. She was seen in Fort Fairfield with them in the car, where they bought tires for the car with the car owner's credit card. Now, I remember talking about that with her dad, that part. And they went across the border briefly. And in Aroostook, she supposedly used the name Candy. Now, Aroostook, for those who don't know, spelled A-R-O-O-S-T-O-O-K, is the largest county in Maine, and it is the furthest north, if I can get the words out of my mouth. It's also probably one of the least populated areas of Maine. Not that Maine is terribly populated anyway, but that particular area is not very populated. She was seen at the potato harvest. She was reportedly left at Ronald Purley's family's home when Everett went back. She was gone. He admits this. He said she was complaining she wanted to go home. So I took her back to Purley's thinking that they would take her home, because I was tired of listening to her, because he had gone up. They were itinerant farm workers, evidently him and Purley. And so he took her there thinking she would go home. He was surprised when he got there and she wasn't there. And Purley was seen dragging Cathy down the road by her hair. So I think what happened was I tend to believe Lester Everett. Don't know why. But I tend to believe he did bring her back to the Purley home, just over the border. It was said on Southern Girl Crime Stories, and I'll link her video, by the way, that they went over the border in the woods in an area where there weren't border patrol, which makes sense, because this is about the time that my mother crossed the border and she needed a birth certificate and the whole kit and caboodle to get across the border. It wasn't an easy thing. So it makes sense that they would go a different way. I do think he brought her back. I do think that he was tired of listening to her. Brought her to Pearlie and said, "Will you just get her home or whatever?" And I think Pearlie may have killed her. That's just my opinion. There's no evidence one way or the other. Just talking here, you know. Again, I will link that in the description. Geez, I have a lot of editing to do on this one, but that's okay. I'm kind of enjoying the editing. I'm actually currently editing the rest of March's videos as I record this, so that they'll be all set to be posted on their appropriate dates. So, and I seem to have lost a video for March, so I'm still looking for it. Hopefully it will come up at some point. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. Please hit that like button if you enjoy the videos. Please hit that subscribe button. And remember to hit the bell for all notifications so you get notified each and every time I upload a video. Thank you for those of you who already have subscribed. And remember, hashtag 500 by June. We can do it.